I couldn't read both gospel readings because it would be very long, but I want to remark on both of them. There's two choices today. The first one from Luke is the visitation of Gabriel to Mary, and when the angel greets Mary, says what has become our prayer: "Hail Mary, full of grace." Hello, Mary, full of grace. And I think that if I were to pick the theme of this day, of Our Lady of Guadalupe, for any feast of Mary, but in a special way this one, that would be the theme, except that I read the other passage from Luke, and that's the visitation of Mary when she goes to see her cousin Elizabeth. And after Elizabeth greets her and says her baby leapt with joy when she saw Mary, because her baby, John, saw or recognized the baby in Mary's womb, Jesus, and again says, leapt for joy. And Mary responds to all of this. And her response is simply this: "My soul proclaims the greatness of the Lord. My spirit rejoices in God, my Savior." She denies any worthiness. She denies any right to this grace that she has been filled with. She denies any kind of taking responsibility for this. She just surrenders to God and sees that everything that has happened in her proclaims His greatness. And I really think that this is Mary, the model of church. This is Mary, the model of every Christian. This is Mary, our model. This is what we're supposed to do. And what could be more magnificent than for somebody to greet you or to greet me and notice that we're full of grace? And we are. We are. I think sometimes that the biggest sin that we commit as Catholic Christians is that we don't recognize how grace-filled we are. I mean, to me, every single day we should be saying, "My soul proclaims the greatness of the Lord." It's not anything I've done, but God has given me the gift of life. God has given us the gift of faith. God calls us every day into His loving relationship. God promises and gives His Spirit and His grace and His blessings every single day. And when we recognize it, how much more we are filled with that grace when we recognize our blessedness. And the worst thing that we could do is to deny it. The worst thing that we could do, I think, is to focus on our sinfulness rather than our gracefulness. And yet we've been trained to do that. We've been trained every single day to, "I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy, I'm a sinner." That's true. And yet we are so loved. And think of it with your own children, especially when they're very young. A newborn baby, the first years of life. Don't you just smother them with love? Even when they cry and they're nasty and they're cranky and wake you up at 3 a.m., do you say, "Curses on you, you little brat"? No, you don't say that. You say, "Oh, I love you so much, honey," here. And you hug them into peaceful sleep. And isn't that what God is doing with us? Why would we focus on anything else? So today, I love this feast, especially because the Latinos, especially Mexicans, go crazy with this feast. I was a young priest in Wilmington, and I was asked by the pastor to lead a pilgrimage to Our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico. And I had been to Mexico before, but this was the first time on the feast day. OMG. OMG, it was extraordinary. And the walking on the knees and the bloody knees and oh my goodness. And I thought to myself, the Virgin Mary must be saying, "Please don't bloody your knees for me. Give me your heart. I don't want bloody knees. I want open hearts." And I think she speaks as a true mother, loving her children. And so today I just think that this is a great feast day, not only of Mary, the mother of Jesus, Our Lady of Guadalupe, but it's our feast day too. And if we can learn from the Virgin Mary learn her response, appreciate the grace and blessings that God gives to us right now and every day, then I think we get the true meaning of this feast, and we are doubly, triply, quadruply blessed by the Virgin Mary today.